You know that feeling when you walk into like a massive sports bar on opening Sunday? You're surrounded by 50 screens and every single one is perfectly synced to a different game and you just kind of accept it.
Right, yeah. You just expect the bartender to tap a button, and instantly the hometown team is up on the main display.
We rarely stop to think about the massive nervous system running behind the drywall to make that happen.
Exactly. So today we're taking you on a custom tailored deep dive into that exact hidden infrastructure. We've got a stack of specs and system guides from HDTV Supply, and we're decoding this complex web of wires and processors.
It really is an incredible feat of engineering, hiding right above the drop ceiling.
I mean, I promise you, the next time you watch a game at a bar, you'll know exactly how the magic happens behind the walls.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Where do we start?
Well, before we even look at a screen, we have to start with the physical foundation. I'm looking at the specs for this Liberty Cable 22 AWG one-pair shielded audio cable.
Oh, yeah, that is a serious piece of hardware. Right. It comes in a massive 1,000-foot spool for, I think it's $224.95. And it's wrapped in this easy stripping PVC jacket with 7-strand annealed tinned copper inside.
Which sounds like a lot of jargon, but it's actually super important.
Yeah, to me, this looks less like standard wire and more like a heavily armored information highway. I'd imagine you need that level of physical shielding because a commercial venue isn't exactly a clean environment for a fragile control signal.
Not at all. I mean, a commercial building is an absolute obstacle course of electrical noise. You've got massive industrial refrigerators, heavy HVAC systems.
And power lines crossing everywhere, I bet.
Exactly. That tight twist and heavy shielding are critical to block electromagnetic interference. If you skip that armor, you're going to introduce a massive hum or buzz into this system.
Wow, so it would just ruin the audio completely.
Oh yeah, it'd be a nightmare. And the 22 AWG thickness is key here too, because it ensures the voltage doesn't drop over really long runs.
Right, because sports bars are huge.
Yeah, and plus, this cable is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It isn't just carrying microphone audio, it's handling RS-232C control signaling and class 2 or 3 low voltage power.
So it really is the buzz-free foundation of the entire venue.
Basically, yeah.
So we've essentially built a noise-canceling highway inside the walls. But all that shielded infrastructure is useless if the venue can't properly direct the traffic.
That's where the brain comes in.
Right. That brings us to the air traffic controller, the Wolfpack fixed HDMI matrix switcher. Now, obviously, a standard HDMI splitter is fine if you're just wiring up a basement man cave, but why not just use a standard HDMI splitter here and save the headache?
Well, what's fascinating here is how these matrices handle bandwidth without bottlenecking. A splitter just forces one single source to every screen.
Which is pretty useless if you want to show 5 different football games.
Exactly. You need a matrix switcher for actual independent routing. A matrix switcher, like a 4x4 or an 8x8 or even a massive 16x16, allows a venue to push entirely different 4K streams to independent zones simultaneously.
Ah, so you can have satellite box A on the patio TVs and streaming player B at the main bar.
All from one central hub. And they generally come in 2 flavors. You've got the fixed matrix, which is a straightforward plug-and-play solution.
That's if you know your exact screen count, right?
Right. But if a venue is planning to expand, they'd use the modular switcher.
Ah, so instead of fixed ports, it's a chassis with swappable input and output cards so you can just drop in new capabilities down the road.
Precisely. It
Yeah.
future-proofs the investment. But think about the logistics for a second. Pushing 16 different satellite boxes to 16 different screens could easily turn into operational chaos,
Oh, I can only imagine.
especially when models like their 16x32 can push those signals 450 feet over Satellite Key 6 cable.
Right, and the bartender doesn't have time to troubleshoot a server rack while pouring drinks. Looking at these specs, the array of control options is just huge.
It really is. What stood out to you?
Well, you've got the standard front panel buttons and IR remotes, but also free mobile apps and web GUIs. And more importantly, they support RS-232 and TCP/IP protocols.
Which is massive for reliability.
Yeah, that tells me they aren't relying on spotty bar Wi-Fi. They're hardwiring the control systems directly into high-end automation platforms like Crestron or Control4.
Ensuring there's absolutely zero lag when the staff switches a channel.
Exactly.
This connects perfectly to the user experience. I mean, the hardware's raw power is useless if the interface causes a meltdown during the Sunday rush.
Nobody wants a panicked bartender.
Right. That seamless integration is why this supplier maintains a 4.7 out of 5-star rating. Buyers specifically highlight how these systems provide quick solutions for really complex resolution settings,
So all the heavy lifting and digital hand shaping happens invisibly in the server room.
leaving the front of house operation incredibly simple.
It really comes down to pairing the right physical brawn with the digital brains. You need those 22 AWG tinned copper cables surviving the electrical noise, working in tandem with the Wolfpack matrix to actually deliver that flawless experience.
The invisible infrastructure makes the visible entertainment possible.
I love that. So here's a thought for you to take away. The next time you see 20 screens simultaneously switch to the big game, think about that invisible synchronized dance of shielded cables and matrix routers in the ceiling above you.
It really makes you look at a sports bar differently.
It really does. What other invisible technical networks perfectly orchestrate your daily experiences without you ever noticing?